10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, some sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill.
Indeed we do.
At the end of the drill, Beef, what are we going to hand out?
We're going to hook up one lucky Guggen with a $25 gift certificate to famous Quick Lube. You can use that towards oil changes or other services, and you can catch XL Prime Time out there on Friday.
All right.
Your chance to score a Trevor Town headband. Plus, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to tonight's AEW Dynamite at Daly's Place.
Oh, that is
Stay
wonderful.
tuned for that.
All right, so you can get all that right at the end of this segment. I'll start with biggest storylines concerning the NFL draft. How will it be remembered? And according to Ty Sullivan, he says the rise or fall of Trevor Lawrence. You might as well start with things out with the guy who'll hear his name first on draft night. The arrival of Trevor Lawrence into the NFL has been hyped for a long time. Jaguars will make him the top overall selection. Lawrence has been deemed one of the most polished quarterback prospects ever, compared to Elway, Manning, Luck.
Is it fair to put Luck in the Manning Elway cat? I was thinking about this the other day.
They are in terms of how they were
when they're coming
out. Yeah, he was very, very.
I know.
Did he have the career those two? No.
Yeah, no.
Elway and Manning went on to live up to the billing. Luck enjoyed success, seemed well on his way, but he was cut short with injuries and retirement. So he shocked the NFL by announcing his retirement in August of 2019. Lawrence in very much the same situation as those three quarterbacks at the time they were coming into the league. Once he's picked, it'll be fascinating to see which road he goes down. So Lawrence is the most hyped-up prospect in recent memory, and however his career plays out could prove to be the defining takeaway from this coming draft. Great. We'll take our chances with him. Thank you.
Yeah, that's, you know what, that's a little bit of a disappointing answer. I mean, that's so elementary. Of course the top pick is a guy you're going to...
Well, here are the other ones. Kyle Pitts becoming the best player in his class. That'll be interesting to see.
I really, the more I think about it, I think we're heaping way too much on Kyle Pitts too quick.
Yeah.
And he had a great year last year.
Yeah.
But he got banged up. He missed some time.
Yeah.
Is he big and is he sturdy enough to really be a tight end in the league? And is he going to be fast enough to be a receiver if he's not?
Yeah. Well,
especially
he'll be a tight end, but
as he puts weight on.
The rebirth of Sam Darnold. We'll see. I don't see it, but maybe. There's some talk that Carolina may trade back, so maybe they're going to ride with Sam Darnold. I don't think he's as good as Bridgewater, but a lot of people do, so I'll let that slide. Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell decision. That's a good one. I've been meaning to talk about this. The Bengals are going to have to make a call. Do you get the tackle or do you get the receiver for Joe Burrow? And you wonder what Burrow wants.
You know what? That is a good one, because here's the thing about the receivers. They come every year.
Yeah.
If you have the chance to get the top tackle.
Yeah. Well, here's what I would say, though. Justin Jefferson was great for the Vikings last year, wasn't he? I mean, great. And this kid was better than Justin Jefferson in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So if
here's the thing, though. If you're the Bengals, you also have to remember this, okay? T. Higgins was great last year.
Yeah.
I mean, really, T. Higgins was better than you remember. He got off to a slow start, but T. Higgins probably had 50 catches, 6 or 7 touchdowns as a rookie. He
get an offensive lineman at the start of the second round, though.
They could.
But I get a receiver, too.
Well, both are deep positions, which makes it's harder to lean one way or the other.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have Tony Baselli or Jerry Rice if you had your pick?
Yeah, I don't think either one of those are those guys, but your point is...
would you rather have the best tackle?
I'd rather have Jerry Rice.
Me too.
Yeah. I'd rather have guys that score touchdowns.
Yeah. So, while I might go second and third round offensive line, I probably would take Jamar Chase if I'm the Bengals, which I think I just surprised myself with that answer, because I've kind of in my back of my mind have been thinking, gosh,
Sewell.
How stupid are you?
That's how you started down that path. I think it would also depend, and this is where it becomes so nebulous, and that's how do you grade these players? How does the organization grade these players? Do they grade Penei Sewell as tons better than Tevin Jenkins? Or do they grade Jamar Chase as tons better than Kadarius Toney? I mean, it's just so...
I watched a little bit of the...
I think the better question, would you rather have Rice or Baselli, is this. Would you rather have Sewell and Toney? Or would you rather have Chase and Jenkins?
Yeah.
You can also look that way.
That's fair, too. I think I'd rather have Chase and Jenkins. I watched a little bit of that quarterback class show with, I guess Herbie's taking the place of John Gruden, and ESPN probably wanted to keep the, quote, franchise alive. And I was watching the Mac Jones segment. I didn't see the Trevor, but I've heard it on 1010XL, so it's been good. But I was listening to the Mac Jones segment. He had a great line that I thought was impressive. And he clearly is, well polished in terms of prepared to play in the league. But they were showing his first big game against Auburn 2 years ago in the Iron Bowl when he threw the pick sixes. And he goes, this one was bad. It was down on the goal line, and this guy missed the block, which no fault of his. It's a tough block to make. So I threw it right on the backside of Najee Harris and hit him off his back. Got picked off. And he goes, but I thought about what Joe Montana said one time. And Herb's like, what did he say? He goes, you got to be your best quarterback after you throw a pick. You got to flush it out, and I thought that was interesting. But it's
mature.
He's just mature. Speaking of quarterbacks,
Higgins, by the way, I sold him short. 64 catches, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns, and I believe he missed the beginning of the year.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's
they
really good as a rookie.
And you have
Boyd.
Yeah, he's a good player too.
Good player.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think I would go.
But imagine putting Chase out there with those guys.
Yeah, and there's also this, and I don't know if we should just dismiss the fact that Burrow and Chase have timing naturally together. That's also
you would think.
Yeah. Not sure that's
Of course, Burrow won't have any timing if they don't block for him. Would be the response.
Fair.
So.
Did they do anything in free agency to address the line? I don't.
You could convince me to take Sewell. I don't think there's a wrong answer per se. I think it's just which one is.
I'm more completely. I was talking about this. Did you move on? Did you finish your point?
No, go ahead. I have one more thing I want to say.
It's the 25th pick to me, Dan. We're not giving enough. We're not nodding enough to the complete mystery and intrigue of this spot. No less than 7, not players, positions have been addressed with that 25th pick in mock drafts. I've seen running back go there, Travis Etienne. Mm-hmm. I've seen receivers go there, Kadarius Toney. Mm-hmm. I've seen safeties go there, Morick. I've seen defensive tackles go there, Barmore. I've seen offensive tackles go there, whether it's Jenkins or one or the other. I've seen cornerbacks go there and Caleb Farley. I've seen linebacker. I've seen that Notre Dame linebacker there. I mean, that's a lot of variety, and I don't know if it's because I'm focusing so much, but it seems like the pool of talent is better at 25 this year than it's been in other years. Do you get that sense? Like, I feel like that player I'm getting at 25 this year is better than Kayvon Chason.
I hope you're right. I don't know if I feel that way, but I hope you're right.
Chason is also an important piece in. He's forgotten. He didn't do a thing at all as a rookie, and, you drafted him in the first round. Mm. There are also those we can dare to dream and hope as Jaguar fans that some of those already on the roster can have a big, boost in whether the coaching has something to do with it or just natural progression.
A couple other sports concepts and rationalizations I wanted to get to here in the 10-minute drill. Number one, Gators beat JU last night 8-7, the night the lights went out at John Sessions Stadium. They had to shut them down and click them up again. It took about a 15-minute, 25-minute delay during the game, but it was a back-and-forth game. JU jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Thompson hit a home run for the Gators, 3-2. Florida took a 5-3 lead. JU clawed back and tied it. JU's had a tough year. Part of the reason they've had a tough year, and I forgot about this, in fairness to Chris Hayes, who's, I think, done a really good job, but this year's been a struggle, is that they had a lot of kids take advantage of that transfer rule and go play elsewhere. Like one went to Indiana, one went to Mississippi State. A lot of his kids, one went to pitch at UCF. That all would have really helped the program. And, after last year and everything and not playing, they decided to go elsewhere. So that always hurts. That leaves JU's not talent rich enough where they can just say, don't worry, we'll just, so I think that's probably hurt them a little bit as well. So, and they scrap. I mean, they played Florida tough. Florida won the game 8-7 last night.
You had your poll question yesterday, and you and I have argued over like the mainstream support and interest in like baseball versus basketball.
Yes.
And I thought of the perfect analogy of that. It's like an argument ender.
Uh-huh.
If Mike White coached the baseball team, buddy, every day we'd be talking about the underachieving. We're number 1 in the country. We got all this. We've lost 10 times. We're 15th. They'd run Kevin O'Sullivan out of town if it was Mike White and basketball.
Yeah. And you do, by the way.
I do not.
You
no.
do. They're underperforming.
They are underperforing.
I don't know.
When you start number 1 in the country, and now you're 15th.
I think they misidentified him as number one.
Okay,
in
well,
the country.
that wasn't that wasn't the feel I got when the season started.
But by the way, they've won 6 in a row.
No, this argument's better made a week ago.
Yeah, and then the other thing I was going to tell you. There was also a big league game last night where the lights went out.
Yeah, it was.
What was that? Because there was 2. I said,
I saw that too. It was, and then a couple of them came on.
Yeah.
Was it? What was that?
Was it Oakland?
Yeah, it was Oakland. That's exactly what it was.
Where the A's, by the way, once again have won 10 in a row.
It's hard to actually see any highlights on SportsCenter these days. It's more like a 60 minutes, commentary when you turn on the SportsCenter.
Beef, your swinging A's have won 10 in a row. They started like 1-7.
So I was confident when I picked it for the postseason.
Yeah, I'm saying you picked it for the. And then the other thing
you had it the whole way.
I love dynasties or winning streaks or whatever they might be. You know that about me. And so Oklahoma softball. Did you see that one?
Yeah, Georgia beat them. You see, Justin Fields' sister plays for them.
Yeah. So Oklahoma softball comes in with a 40-game winning streak and takes on Georgia. So Justin Fields' sister hits a home run. So she's running around the bases to celebrate, and she jumps on home plate and runs into the dugout.
By the way, I guess the split of Fields in Georgia wasn't as acrimonious as it was displayed. Does his sister go there if Justin Fields is...
Well, there was no acrimony.
They made something out of it, though.
Well, he could transfer and play right away back before they changed the rule.
That's probably a bad way to go about that, but okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so she jumps on the home plate, runs into the dugout.
God bless him in his quarterbacking decision. This guy's going to keep Georgia from reaching its ceiling. He doesn't know. Kirby. I'm just thinking about the quarterback situation, how dumb he is at quarterback. Anyway, continue.
So Justin Fields' sister hits a home run and runs around the bases and celebrates by jumping on the plate and runs into the dugout. The only problem is she missed home plate.
Yeah, jumped right over it.
So they have to they review it and they see she missed home plate, so the run doesn't count. Now they fall back. Oklahoma hits a grand slam home run to take like a 5-2 lead, but Georgia rallies. And Justin Fields' sister comes up again in the 9th or 10th inning, hits a chopper over third base, winning run, scores. She's a hero. Everybody's happy.
Yeah,
Oklahoma streak over.
Escaped to that one.
But that was
because
good.
I couldn't help thinking there at the end when the game was tied before she knocked in the game winner that they would have actually already won had she just touched on plate.
And the funniest thing is John Anderson, who's a little quipster there on SportsCenter. Yeah. Said, well, at least she didn't transfer to Ohio State.
I heard that.
Which was a good little line.
Yeah, that was a good line.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting, and it tells me Oklahoma's a very good softball program. However, if they played in the SEC,
they would be.
You wouldn't be winning 40 in a row.
Yeah, that's fair. Because Georgia's not one of the top 3 or 4 in the conference, are they?
I think they're good, but they're not. No,
I think of Florida and
Alabama.
Who I think of typically.
That would be the last I saw was, and I'll look real quick here.
They were ranked. They were like 22nd.
This Arkansas. Arkansas is 16-2 in the conference
in softball. They're
36-5. Florida is 12-3 and 32-6. Bama is 12-6 and 33-7. Then Missouri, then Ole Miss. Yeah, Georgia's 6-9 and 28-12.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a middle of the pack conference team. So your point is very valid. And I'll just end. I mean, I heard a lot today about the Knicks and their hot streak, but their fellow dwellers.
Yes.
Of MSG, I saw they had a good performance for you last night.
That was a kick
taking on the Islanders. I mean, that's a blood battle, and kind of got killed, didn't you?
Pot Vin sucks.
That's going way back.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
I'm just saying I noticed.
That might have been a death blow.
Yeah.
For the playoffs.
The Bruins aren't going to let you catch up.
No, the Bruins beat the Saints.
You want to hop on the Flames bandwagon with me?
No, I'm just so disappointed we're a good team, and I don't understand how come we can't be in the playoffs, but I don't think we're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, Beef, is your team in the playoffs?
They're certainly in the mix. It's a key week because they've got 3 games with Nashville this week, so it's critical time.
Let me look here.
It's not a done deal, but they're certainly in the mix.
I think we're 6 points back, and I think the Bruins and they have one more. Yeah, we are 58-52, dude, and aren't
we running out of games?
Yes, we got like 12 left. We're done. That was look, 6-2-2 in their last 10. Yeah, 6-2-2, but the Bruins are 7-2-1 and have won 5 in a row. The Bruins have stuck it to us.
Are they taking the top 4 from each division? Is how they're doing it, right?
Division.
Yeah, we remain 6 points behind Montreal, so we're not going to make it either. But I'll have to jump on the other Atlanta team, the Winnipeg Jets, who I rooted viciously against last year when the Flames took them on in the playoffs.
You're 3 points behind Dallas and 4 points behind Nashville, Beef.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now.
So
we're all like 4 points back.
It was tight.
Oh, that's beautiful for me. It means we won't have hardly any hockey talk in the playoffs.
They lost to the Preds, and they've got the Preds again tonight, and the Preds again another day.
We're 23-17-6.
Hey, let me ask you a question before we wrap this up, and it's more of a tease than it is a question because I found a column and it's interesting, and I'm stacking up what I think is coming and wondering where it may ultimately end up. What's the ceiling for the overall prominence of this quarterback class?
Very high.
I'm reading a column on ranking the quarterback classes since 2000. So the last 21 quarterback classes have been ranked.
Okay.
There's a couple of trends there that are interesting. Now, look, this would be even more interesting if we had the fourth pick because we'd have to hope.
Did anybody ever replace, though, the Marino
from 83?
Elway, Kelly. I mean, is that still considered the greatest class?
The 04s get some.
Is that Roethlisberger?
That's Roethlisberger,
Rivers?
Manning, and Rivers.
Yeah,
they got more Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So you could argue Roethlisberger and Manning are every bit Marino and Kelly.
Oof. Yeah, Elway.
Elway too.
Champagne Tony Eason.
Well, Blackledge and Eason, forget that.
Ken O'Brien. I mean, let's not forget some of these greats.
I think it was
Sweet Kenny O'Brien.
Is Ken O'Brien in that one?
I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. Another guy from the 80s. All right. Anyway, it's an interesting quarterback column. It ranks them for the last 21, and I can't help but wonder if this class this year might not end up in the top 3. So,
we'll
vet that a little bit.
That would be awesome.
There's another trend, though, that speaks well for this class, and I'll tell you what that is when we return. It's a CPR
Ken
contract
O'Brien that year, by the way.
It was Ken O'Brien. Yeah.
Let's do caller number 1, Beef, 641-1010. If you want to go check out the wrestling.
Yeah.
And what else do you have?
Right off the rip, caller number 1, 641-1010. Going to go to AEW Dynamite tonight at Daly's Place with a pair of tickets, and they'll get a $25 gift certificate to Famous Quick Lube. You can use that towards oil changes or other services, and you can head out there Friday with XL Primetime and pick up your Trevortown headband. But caller number 1 right now, 641-1010.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.